Reunion. Hello, y'all. I was selling crack on a private jet up in the hell and back. But no confusion, this a reunion. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Get murder here. He counting money. He said, "Can man, the hell with rap." I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches. Welcome, ass. I bought jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white Vigors. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah. I don't like niggas, what's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 turn to Michael Jordan. I look and say, take flight, nigga.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog app. Use code MACECAM or STAT to up to $1,000 in bonus cash and get 2 free picks for this week only. The Patrick Mahomes free pick is for all customers. All he needs is 1 yard for an easy W on your first cash entry. I'm Treasure Wilson, a.k.a. Stat Baby, along with your hosts, Mase and Cam.
Murder, what up, man?
Killer, what's good, man?
I'm good. How you, man?
Really good, man.
That's what's up.
It's great. Today we are joined with our analyst, Michael Irvin.
Mike, what's going on, YSL?
Hey, man. Hey, just kicking it, man. I feel real good. Things are going good. You know, like I told you, we back at the altar getting ready to play tomorrow night again. So I'm good.
Crazy right here, boy.
Mike, pause. You don't quit, man.
I'm ready, man. Hey, listen, I need them jokers winning. I just opened this sports bar. I can't come in on all these losing games.
Mike,
you know what I mean?
Mike, are you going to be at the sports bar tomorrow?
I am going to be. I'm here now.
Okay.
I'm here now. I just came here. That we'll go think, but yeah, I'll be here. I'll be here tomorrow to watch the game, and then I'll fly out to head down to Miami.
We need to shoot a show at one of at the sports bar before the season's over, man.
Yeah, absolutely, dog.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We should definitely do that. Set that up.
Yeah, set us up, man. We're going to come down there before the season's over. We're going to get that thing together, man. Bless it.
I never actually worked, talked the game of football, sat around like I'm sitting around here at Playmakers. And I just told my guy, bring me a drink. I'm going to just sit it right here. You know what I mean? just like me chilling.
Mike, you got trophies in there, Mike? Because you know I only go places where there's trophies, Mike.
No, I didn't bring trophies in here, man. I didn't want to bring all those trophies in here because a lot of them dudes don't have that many trophies, and I didn't want to make them mad. You know what I'm saying? With all the trophies I got.
Yo, Mike. You had to make it loser friendly? Is that what I'm hearing?
Right.
You made it loser friendly, Mike?
Right. Well, not losers friendly, but you know, an acceptable place. An acceptable place for all people. For all people. Sometimes people get intimidated with that. You know what I'm saying? They really do, and I worry about it. You know, I don't even wear one of my rings. I don't wear a ring. I tell people all the time, "Come on, stop playing, man. You guys know if you win one ring, then you remind everybody by wearing it all the time. But when you won as many as I have, they know you got them. You can leave them in the closet."
There you go. Okay, so before we get into our predictions for this upcoming week, Mase, you are still in the lead
football, y'all.
for your predictions. So, want to make that clear. I'm still keeping
Wait. Let Mike hear this again, since he's supposed to be the football expert. Mike, can you listen to what Stat has to say right now?
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, so Mase is still in the lead for his NFL game predictions. I am keeping count, so let's see if it changes this next week, but you are in the lead, Mase.
What is my record?
Yeah, you have 12 games correct out of 15.
My goodness, Mike. Does it get any better than that? I know you're the new kid in the school, but are you starting to get the grasp of this new school that's going on here?
Dang. His connection dropped.
I knew he would drop off on that. Nigga would drop off on my 12 out of 15, you know?
Literally
BT
perfect
is what
timing.
I'm going through.
Perfect timing.
Oh,
And he's back.
man.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Let me. Did you think that I just dropped because you winning?
That's the only way I could have taken that, Mike. You know, he would drop off when I'm 12 out of 15. But who knows, you know?
Yeah. Pretty
that is good 12 out of 15 right there. Though.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Okay, so let's get started. The Cowboys will play the Giants tonight. Both teams are 1-2. If the Cowboys lose this game, when do you start to question their legitness, Mike?
I'm telling you, if they lose this game, it's going to be, it's a wrap. I don't know if you guys have looked at the schedule after this game. I've said I think it's the toughest schedule I've ever seen in the history of the National Football League. The next 6-7 games the Cowboys have to play.
Mike.
I'm telling you, look at that schedule and talk about it. And even when you look at it, you thought you looked at a team like the Washington Commanders and said, okay, maybe that's an easy win. But now you're seeing what they look like. That game is a tough game now with that kid James Daniels. So yeah, I believe now they get the win tonight. I was worried before CD came out and made that apology, and said he's going to do better. But now that he did that and everything's feeling good around here, they'll take out the Giants. But it's the schedule after that that's scary.
Man, the Cowboys need this win so bad, Mike. I mean, the last time they played the Giants, they beat them 49-17. So they cannot afford to lose this game. This is one of those games they're counting on winning. And I don't know how you really come up with the things you come up with, Mike. You said this is the hardest schedule they have after this ever in football. Like, these are new teams, Mike. I'm not knowing where you're coming from with this. How do you calculate that?
Go through that schedule with what we know right now, football on what we know and what the teams look like right now. That is as tough a schedule as I've seen for what the Cowboys have to face. So yeah, you got to start with this little mountain, but they got a huge mountain once they get past this mountain.
So real quick, let me read the schedule. So after the Giants, they play the Steelers, then the Lions, then the 49ers, then the Falcons.
I don't know about the Falcons, but the rest seem pretty steep, 3 out of 4 sound like my record, Mike.
Did you not see Atlanta, and then Philadelphia coming up after that, right? Did Philadelphia?
And then Houston.
Right.
Yeah, you're right, Mike.
Atlanta, that's a tough schedule.
Okay.
Mike, so what? It's
football.
Y'all are America's team, right? Ain't y'all America's team? Ain't the games in America?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Mike?
Yeah, killer, get that nigga.
The games are in America and y'all are America's team. I don't want to hear that shit, Mike. You know what we've been talking about you since you left. How does it feel to be tied with the Washington Commanders for second place in the division? How's that feel?
Hey, I'm telling you, man.
And the Giants, as we speak, matter of fact.
That team looks so Washington I'm worried about. They look so good the other night. I mean, that kid looks so good. That throw he made was incredible. And what was scary is how much fun they looked like they had playing. You know what I mean? That's the scary thing when you're having that kind of fun, because it gets contagious and everybody expect great things. I think they're doing a great job. In Washington. That's a scary team.
Well, yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, my original team when I was a kid was Washington with John Riggins and Art Monk and Joe Theismann.
Yeah.
I had the Washington Redskins.
Gary Clark.
That was my team back when I was a child. But I don't.
Well, let me tell y'all something. GC, Cam GC.
Yeah.
He's one of us. Gary Clark was
a fact. That was my team when I was like 6 or 7 years old. And I think looking right now, if y'all don't beat the Giants tomorrow, there's a chance y'all may finish last in the division. What do you think about that?
Can't even think about it.
Can't even come up with
think
Get it
about
out.
Mike can't even come up with an answer.
Can't get it out.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, man. I ain't lying, man. I ain't lying, man. Didn't you hear what I said, man? I just opened this restaurant, man. I need the people in it. You joking? But I am. Listen, you're making. I'm telling you, I'm worried about all of that, man. When you see what you've seen, and especially if CD didn't come clean today and said what he said, that's the only hope they got. That's been averaging about 35, 38 points a game here over the last 3 years. And he went from Amari to CD becoming his number one and all of that, and still produce those kinds of numbers. That's the only chance you got. That's the only chance you got. Because I call it the Oprah Winfrey defense. That Oprah Winfrey defense where you rush for 200 yards. You rush for you. Everybody get 200 yards. That's a scary thing right there.
Well, look, you talk about how Washington had fun last week. And to be totally honest with you, when I seen the Giants last week, it looked like they were having fun. You know, we up here a lot make fun of Daniel Jones, but he had an exceptional game last week, 236 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And sometimes winning is contagious. Will that carry on to next week? Because losing is also contagious. And y'all lost last week. So I'm looking forward to actually watching this game and see what happens, because if the Giants could gain some momentum by beating you guys, the division should be a really, really fun division this year, and not necessarily for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm talking about for the Washington Commanders, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the New York Giants, if they could get a win over the Dallas Cowboys. We'll see tomorrow.
Now, it was nice the way in which you constructed that whole thing,
tonight.
buddy. It really was.
Oh, yeah, I put it together nice, huh? You like that?
The way you put all of that together and everything.
But
listen,
Mike, real quick. It wasn't my antithesis.
The opposite. The antithesis mean the opposite of.
I know.
But you pointed at something that was very important, and you slid it in there like it was a telltale. And let me tell you what you said. You said Daniel Jones looked good last week, and that team now, they look like they were having fun. But the difference is between James Daniels looking good last week and having fun, and Daniel Jones looking good last week and having fun. All them dudes on Washington saying, "Oh my God, we got some, boy, we about to be on our way right now." All them dudes on New York saying, we done saw this shit before. He may go ahead and throw 7 interceptions tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? So one team may be more sold a little bit more than the other, because Daniel Jones has hit that up and down thing.
Sounds good today.
Yeah.
Mike, you can say whatever you want. You know, I text Dion.
Good Friday.
Yes. We'll see you on Monday morning when we talk. But I talked to Dion real quick. I said, Mike could just find any way to make the Cowboys look good. I don't know. It doesn't matter what it is. He'll find a way. And Dion just texts back always. It don't matter what's going on. Now you're going to shit on Daniel Jones' good game and his shit can't be contagious because they play the Cowboys? That's crazy. That's crazy, Mike.
You do know.
That's
crazy.
You know
the Cowboys have won. The Cowboys have won and beaten the Giants so much over the last few years. The numbers are. Brian Coach DeBoer has never beaten the Cowboys. The coach they have right now is the head coach. So, you know, it's just things are pretty lenient in favor. Now, Stat Baby said something. If they lose this game, it could be the beginning of some real issues, because I'm telling you, you go into this game, you have to win this game before you hit that season, that schedule.
Well, they haven't beat them, Mike, so that means they about due.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
That's my philosophy.
Broken
and why
clock
I
is
don't
right twice a day, baby. I'm telling you that right now. They seem like they might be due, Mike.
Right. That's my philosophy at Space Mountain when I took the kids to Disney World. Baby tried to get me to go on. Tell my dad, nothing ever happened. And we asked the lady, she said, we hadn't had an accident in 25 years. I said, thank you. Y'all do. I ain't getting on that thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So the 0-3 Jaguars will play the Texans for this AFC South matchup. Do you guys see this becoming the Jags' fourth loss, Mike?
Yeah, man. I hope I did this little skit. I did a little motivational speech for the Jags today on the TV show Speak, and you know what I mean. I want them to win just so I can say my speech did it. You see what I'm saying? My speech did it. But the problem for them is they're playing the Texans, who just got drove. So yeah, there's no way I don't see them winning this game. Though the Jags got a lot of problems coming, man, because they get a lot of money, and Doug Peterson, he's a very good coach. I don't understand why they're struggling the way they're struggling. They got a pretty good team, but yeah, they got to do some things. So yeah, the Jags aren't winning this football game. Texans are.
Yeah, I agree with you. The Texans definitely are going to win this game because, Stroud has to have a big bounce back game from last time. And the reason why the Jaguars are losing, I mean, I know they got a good team, but their top linebacker is out. Alukin is out, so that's probably playing into why they're losing.
Yo, Mike, let me ask you a question, right? So we all know that Jacksonville is under duress right now. I'm talking about as far as coaching the players, etc. We talked about it when you wasn't on the show. Let me ask you your opinion. Let's say they lose their next two games. And I agree with you guys before I move on. I think that the Texans will win. They know that they're one of these teams being watched this season, and they have higher expectations than last year. So I'm going to pick the Texans as well. But I want to ask you a question, Mike. Let's say they lose the next 2 or 3 games. We were talking about it on the show when you weren't here, that Mac Jones is actually from Jacksonville. Mac Jones didn't have a really bad season, his first season when he was with the Patriots. He finished 10-7. I think his QBR was at 67%. I'm not sure exactly, 66.9. I had it written down on my notes. I don't have it in front of me right now. He's not a bum. They're paying Trevor Lawrence $55 million a year. If these guys start off 0-5, would you consider putting Mac Jones in? And let's say Mac, so it's a 2-part question. That's A, would you consider putting Mac Jones in if they start off 0-5, 0-6? And secondly, if Mac Jones does good, what do you do with a $55 million a year quarterback?
Well, you'll get some trade opportunities. I don't know if you ever recover the value, especially just like what we're talking about with Bryce Young right now. You make him the first pick overall, and things don't work out. It's hard to recover that value, and they're saying, and they'll always say, we don't want to trade him because the value goes down to zero if you say we want to trade him. So even Carolina's saying no, we don't want to trade Bryce. They don't mean that. They just have to say that. And Jacksonville is in a bind because you're right, Cam. I mean, Trevor Lawrence isn't playing great. I mean, that's a huge problem on why they are having the problem. But I thought they brought Doug Peterson in to bring him along, after going through what they went through with the other coach, and I'll leave that out. But after going through what they went through, I thought they brought him in. That's why I think they'll be more patient this year. Even I think he'll get through this year. But if he doesn't turn it around or they show signs, then yes, some things may happen mid-season. But I don't know if I don't think they'll ever put Trevor Lawrence on the bench. It'll kill hope. It'll kill hope. Even if you came in and made some plays like Minshew Mania did and all of that stuff, and you had a little bit of a run with Trevor Lawrence, I just don't think they're going to put him on the bench. This was supposed to be the greatest get at quarterback since Andrew Luck was totally coming out, and Peyton Manning even older. But Andrew Luck was supposed to be the perfect quarterback, and this kid was supposed to be that. So they'll be patient with him. They're not going to get rid of him.
So if you're saying they get it off, I'm just asking hypothetically, a 2-8 start,
Yeah.
they're keeping them in for the rest of the
They
season.
are going to do that. and they are going to do that. So we're gonna get to test the theory. See, you know what I'm saying?
I think
Because right now,
me personally, once I think that they're out of playoff contention, then we're going to see Mac Jones. My personal opinion, and we still have a long way to go. If that even happens, they could, they could turn things around. Doesn't look that way, but I think that
then what are
stadium.
they doing to their own investment? If they're seeing Mac Jones in a team, think about this, on a team that's not going anywhere. We just gave 300 million to this kid. So where are we going now? If we put Mac Jones in and somehow we have some kind of success, you see what I mean? That's
No,
going to
I
be a
totally agree
hard
with you,
part.
but I think that if this kid Mac Jones gets in and the Jaguars are somehow out of playoff contention or almost eliminated, that stadium will go crazy. They'll erupt. And especially if he does good. Home is always going to get favoritism when they play at home. Derrick Rose when he's in Chicago, Rod Strickland, Mark Jackson, they play in New York. When you play at home, it's something different, and especially when you succeed. I agree with you. That's going to send a bad message, especially for the amount of money they paid them. But I just think that stadium will lose their mind if Mac Jones gets in and plays well, and then you're left with the $55 million quarterback on the bench question. Like I said, this is all hypothetical. I wanted to get your opinion on it.
Yeah. I
They
actually
got
think,
plenty of money over there.
yeah, I actually think Matt Jones should be put in probably like the fourth quarter just to shake things up. So as he go to the next game, he comes back fired up to play. I think that'll light the fire under Trevor Lawrence because it won't be a lot of benching, but it'll pause to be enough to let him know that we are thinking about doing something that'll really ignite the fire under.
Okay, and then real quick, Mike. So looking at the AFC South division, do you feel like the Texans have any real competition?
Oh man, you think about it. I get Indy. I think I don't think the Texans have really any competition. I definitely think they're coming out of the AFC South. I think they're one of the best teams in the AFC conference all around. And no other team in there right now is really Jackson. No, I don't see any other team. They'll definitely win the South.
Okay. Then what do you guys think? Because you got the Texans, the Colts, the Titans, and the Jags. Do you guys feel like the Texans are at the top of their division and will remain that way, Mase?
None of them teams are going anywhere. The
Yeah,
other team, none of other teams,
Yeah.
none of other teams.
they should win that.
Okay.
I think they'll definitely win the division. Mike, you wilding when you talking about the conference.
Yeah.
You got to chill. Chill, YSL.
Yeah.
I said, what? What do you think?
I said I agree with you with the division, but chill out with the conference now. Chill out. You know who's in the conference.
Yeah, like
Easy.
why would he say that?
Easy, Mike. Calm down. Calm down.
Super
I
disrespectful.
know now you being Texan. You Texas out right now. Relax. All right. You know who's in the conference. They're gonna be good. They may make a second round appearance if they don't have a wild card appearance. Now, I think they're really good, but I think they're a year or two away. You got to deal with right now my candidate leading the league for MVP, which is Josh Allen. You got to still deal with Lamar Jackson. You know, we know they're 1-2. You got to deal with the big homie Patrick Mahomes. It's a lot going on, Mike. Relax with the whole AFC conference, man. I like them. I'm always rooting for a black quarterback and a black coach. That's first and foremost. We gonna keep it black. That's me.
They up there,
That's
Cam.
clear.
They up in that group you just talked about, him. They're right up in that group. I don't mind if you want to put the Chiefs and the Ravens and the Bills right there, but you got to put the Texans right behind them. And the and the Ravens and the Bills about to clash heads right now.
Right.
And the ones that take, so they're right there.
Okay.
Okay, so let's actually talk about that game. So the Bills versus the Ravens. The Bills are 3-0, and power rankings are saying they're the best NFL team after the Chiefs. One, Mike, do you agree with that statement? And then do you think that they can maintain this winning streak that they got going on?
I think it's great that they have an opportunity when you watch the Bills play right now, and I love what I saw. My man, Josh Allen say, when he said, "Yeah, I love playing the game now. I don't have to worry about forcing a ball somewhere or playing with guys that don't worry about the steps." Now, they've done everything and were able to beat the teams they played. But I think things changed for them here in this Baltimore game. I do like the Buffalo Bills. I think they're up in that group of top teams in the AFC. But I'm not putting them above Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I'm not putting them above God over there. And I'm gonna put them right in that group. And I think Baltimore gets that win even when they play. When they play this week, Sunday night, I think Baltimore gets the win.
Yeah, I'm never sold on the Bills, no matter how well they play. It's just a New York thing, guys. It's just New York, Buffalo Bills, the New York Giants, the New York Jets, the New York, just go down the list, New York. I think it stands for next year, like Killer used to always say. The NY stands for next year. It's always the next year. And when you're thinking about the Bills, they just never come through when it's time. It's been a very long time since they've been on that level. They always seem like they're going there and something dramatic happens. That's just New York fashion. And don't DM me because I'm not going to answer it. I'm telling you how I feel, and they're paying me to tell you this. So don't get mad at me. Get mad at it is what it is. Stat Baby, Cam, and the rest of the people here.
We do got the Yankees and the New York Rangers.
Yeah, I left them out.
Yeah, they win once in a while.
But New York,
I even left the Mets out.
Yeah, we've been alive to see the Mets, the Yankees, and the Rangers.
Yeah.
We're not old enough, Mike, to see the Knicks win. We've never seen the Knicks win a championship. We've never seen the Jets win a championship. And Buffalo, we already know.
Here
we go.
Look at that.
Look at them.
I mean, it's a place where people are proud to be rude and bad, right? So now you bring them young quarterbacks like a Geno Smith and a Sam Darnold in that place, man. And everything they go to Bendago, people talking about it, but then you go to them small towns, it's different. I'm telling y'all, New York, I like it. Because I got some supreme confidence in me. I don't mind you saying something that ain't gonna bother me.
Right.
Everybody ain't like that.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't like that. So he got something about New Yorkers, man. I ain't never seen people that proud to be rude.
You know what's crazy, Mike? And before I get back to this, is that I went to school in Texas. I actually went to college for a semester before I got kicked out. I went to a junior college called Navarro Junior College in Corsicana, Texas. And when I
know where that is, Navarro. Eddie Brown went out there, man. I know where that is.
Yeah, I went to school to play basketball there. And when I got there, I was in a culture shock because, when you're walking to class, people will be like, "Hey, what's up?" And you're like, "What the fuck you mean, what's up?" Like, we're not used to speaking to people.
Like, mind your business.
Yeah, like, yo. Literally, I used to be like, "What do you mean, what's up?" And they were like, "Hello?" I was like, "Oh, all right." And then another...
Good old people in Texas.
Yeah. And then
people in Texas, see, if they really care about your answer. They want to make it better.
Yeah.
Over there, if New York somebody asks you what's up, they don't give it. They don't even wait around for it. Keep it moving.
They don't even say what's up. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they just nod at you.
And they may not do that. You may be looking, nigga, and looking back while you walk past them. We don't speak to people for no reason. I remember
mean mugging.
Yeah, I remember
mean mugging and mug. Dude, what's up, man? Come on, man.
Yeah, I remember saying like, "What up, fool? Fool? Who the fuck is you talking to? Fool?" Like I didn't realize it was slang. I was 18 years old and didn't realize it.
Hey, that's the Florida boys bringing that stuff to New York.
No, this was in Texas. This in Texas. Yeah.
That's Texas stuff, that fool. Oh, what's up, fool?
Yeah, they was like, "What's up, fool?" And I was like, "Who the fuck is you calling a fool?" Yeah, and I didn't understand it at the time. I was like really
About to
confused.
square up for real. Come on, no, man, that's just what we call
Yeah,
it.
I didn't know.
Oh my God.
And they start off everything with
Hey.
before they say they sentence, they say, man. Say. Everything is say before they say. Say, man.
Fool. Say fool. Say fool.
Yeah, say fool. Yeah, say. I came back with that shit. I came back with that accent. Niggas was mad at me because I came back to New York like, say, and they like, Cam, could you stop your shit? And I'm like, I was trying to stop it, but I was about to say, your son might really have to accent. I was really trying to stop it. But back to the game real quick. I just thought I'd share that with you. I agree with Mase when it comes to Josh Allen, because to me, he's almost like Peyton Manning and not as good as Peyton Manning, and we're not going to do that. But he's one of the greatest, not greatest, but he's a great, on the way to being one of the greatest regular season quarterbacks ever. And when it counts, you keep losing to Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow when it counts. And that's your standard of competition. So the Bills, they don't really worry me throughout the season. What I will say is that I do like Josh Allen's attitude, talking about he's throwing shots at Stephon Diggs without saying his name. Yeah, we ain't got to worry about niggas and patting the stats and coming on the sideline yelling at me and all that. That's what he really wanted to say. Yeah, niggas losing their damn mind to him. I ain't getting on the ball. I targeted the nigga 11 times this game. Fuck you want from me. That's what he really wanted to say.
Right.
So they're doing well without Stephon Diggs. But to me, the Bills' standard is what they're going to do in the playoffs, because we're still early, but you still have to deal with Lamar Jackson if the Ravens turn around. You have to deal with Patrick Mahomes, and we don't know what's going to happen with Joe Burrow. But you have to do it when it counts. I felt really bad that year they had that shootout with Kansas City, because Kansas City won the coin toss, and Patrick Mahomes got the ball, and Josh Allen never got a chance to score when it was in overtime. That was a shootout. That was I watched that game probably that last 2 minutes in overtime probably 3-4 times a year.
Seconds.
Yeah, it was crazy.
13 seconds.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
It took to set them down.
Yeah, don't get it wrong either. Now that's when Tyreek was there too. He was picking up the yak. What you call it, the yak. The yak was crazy because Tyreek Hill was Speedy Gonzalez. He was catching that thing and he was going pause. But the standard for me is the Bills in the playoffs. Real quick, because I know we have to move on. Who do I pick in this game? This is one of my favorite games of the week, which is another game we're going to talk about in a minute. But if I have to make a choice, I'm going to go with the Ravens because they need it. They really need it. But they scared me that last quarter against Dallas, letting them score 19 points in the fourth quarter. And that may roll into the next game as well. I'm not sure if you guys seen it. Mase Stat Mike. I forget this nigga name. He's on live. He got the nigga they was yelling at with.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah.
But the point
Lamar
being
was not feeling it.
Yeah, but before that, a fan was yelling at him in the crowd, stay off the podcast. You keep losing because you're on the podcast. Then 2 days later, he gets on live.
Marlon Humphrey.
Huh?
Marlon Humphrey.
Marlon Humphrey. 2 days later, he gets on live on the Jet.
Okay.
Marlon Humphrey.
On the Jet with
Lamar. Right, and Lamar's like, get your game. You shouldn't even be on live right now. You should be getting your shit together. And I don't even think he comprehended. He was like, okay, man, so how you feeling? I'm like, yo, my nigga, did you just hear what this nigga told you? You still gonna record? I don't like that. So at the end of the day, that scares me with Baltimore. Is everybody as focused as Lamar Jackson? That's the question. But Derrick Henry did have a break.
Let me say one last thing, too.
Yeah.
Let me say one last thing before you go. Because I know you want, I know we're going to cut it out. But
No, go ahead.
This is what I need people to understand. Because I had this discussion with Key and them, too. With Key. You know, I'm okay with I wanted the ball more than anybody. I'm okay with receivers wanting the ball. But if you don't get it, then blaming the quarterback. You got to understand the damage that does. Now, Josh Allen is taking over that team for the first time. And I'm gonna give you an example of how and why you lose to the Patrick Mahomes or the Joe Burrow and those kind of things. Like, okay, you got somebody that's demanding the ball. Never, now understand this now, and I love Stephon Diggs. I'm not just picking at him. I'm just sharing with everybody. Stephon Diggs caught over 100 passes every year in Buffalo. Every year. Every year. You used to be able to catch 100 passes. Boy, that's heaven on earth. I mean, he caught 100 passes every year. Now, the problem I worry about is we're in a game against Patrick Mahomes. It's 3rd and 4. Josh Allen rolls right. He can run and get the first down, crucial game, under 2 minutes, but he sees that Stephon Diggs it's open by a titch. Now he has to throw that ball because Stephon Diggs will come back and say, man, I'm wide open. Because the titch open really means we wide open. I'm a receiver, trust
Right.
me, I know.
Right.
He has to throw that ball. Patrick Mahomes is going to go get that first down. He may come back to that play on first down and give him another opportunity. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
In order to beat Patrick Mahomes, you have to play great late. What's the time you got to leave on the clock? Under 13 seconds. You understand? Because he's done it with 13 seconds left. That's all I'm saying. And you can't have a quarterback worrying about making those decisions, trying to get you the ball in those crucial moments.
Trying to make you happy when you're trying to go to the next round.
Right. That's what keeps them back sometimes. That's the little small thing that'll keep you from winning a big ring.
Okay. We're going to go to break, and when we return, we will actually discuss the Chiefs. Don't go anywhere.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. What's stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. Wanna be free. Why am I in this woman wanna be free? Hell, I don't wanna see her walk away. I wish somebody told me the rules. Disagreements let her win, and it's cool. Even when I'm right, this ain't about.
Welcome back. Now let's get into our underdog picks of the day. Today, the Cowboys will play the Giants. Underdog has Dak Prescott at 261.5 passing yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
200 and what?
61.5 passing yards.
Higher.
Yeah, I'm going to go higher as well.
Okay. Daniel Jones is at 237.5 passing and rushing yards combined. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
I'm going to go higher for Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel looking like he's trying to turn it around. Higher.
Okay. CeeDee Lamb is at 6.5 receptions. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Higher.
Higher as well.
Okay. If you like these picks, remember you get 2 free picks this week. So if you're not already on Underdog, make sure you guys sign up so you can make your picks too. We're joined back with our analyst, Michael Irvin. So we were discussing the Chiefs previously. The Chiefs will play the Chargers. The Chargers have a lot of injuries. Is this looking like an easy win for the Chiefs? And if it is, who do you guys believe can even stop them at this point, Mike?
Well, the Chargers, I think, is going to be a good battle for them once Justin Herbert get healthy again. You know, his knee, his ankle is not well right now. And he tried to go on the field last week, and then he had to come back off the field. And I don't know if he's even playing or what his health is like. But when they get it going, there'll be a good battle because coach is putting in the run game for Justin Herbert. But right now, no, Justin Herbert's not healthy. They won't have a chance at beating him. And as I said to you, Stat Girl, I don't think Stat Baby, I should say.
It's the same thing at this
That's
point.
all good.
People gonna listen. I start calling the stat baby. People say somebody gonna say something.
That girl just sounds real Southern to me, but either works.
Right. I'm just trying to get them off me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to keep them off me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But y'all go ahead. I'm done with it. Y'all got me out here scared to even talk.
Yeah, I think when it comes to the Chargers versus the Chiefs, this is an easy game for us. You know, in Kansas City, we should win this game pretty easily. And I don't think it's just because that Herbert is not 100%. I think when you don't have your top safety in Derwin James, that is going to be extremely difficult to stop what we're presenting at this point. And, you know, I wish he get his head back in the game because he could really be a help to the Chargers. But for right now, that's going to be too big of a deficit to not have both of them at the same time playing such a team like Kansas City.
Yeah, update on Justin Herbert's health. It was progressing. They did X-rays. He looks like he's going to probably come back the week after next, even though he probably wants to play this week. I wouldn't play him either. But these are one of them games when it seems like it's going to be an easy game. It never is an easy game because it's supposed to happen. I'm not saying I'm going to go against the Chiefs. I'm not even going to pick. But these are one of these games where you're supposed to beat the Chargers. Injuries, the QB1 is not there, and then it's a tight situation. Pause. We'll see what happens, and we'll see what Harbaugh draws up.
Okay, and then to Mace's point, so the NFL suspended Chargers safety Derwin James for 1 game without pay. The league determined he could have avoided a helmet-to-helmet hit in the Pittsburgh game last week. Of course, this is ahead of their matchup versus the Chiefs. Do you guys feel like this suspension for Derwin James is fair, Mike?
Well, trust me, I know. I've been in those areas and I've gotten those letters. You see what I'm saying? I've got those letters where they say repeated offenses, we will have to sit you down. You know
Repeated
what I'm
offenses.
saying? So, and Derwin James, like I don't call him a dirty player, but he's an edgy player. And that's what.
Sorry about that.
How you learn how to play football when you play at Florida State down in Florida. That's what you do. You know what I mean? He's an edgy player that plays right on the edge. You know, I like edgy. I don't want you suspending edgy, but you know, when you do it so many times, maybe just one game. Just sit down one game.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was actually looking at what happened. Yeah, this nigga wild out. He doing like a torpedo, my nigga. I'm like, yeah, like usually I'm looking at it now because I didn't see it, so I pulled it up. And I'm like, yo, this nigga, he targeted this nigga's helmet. Like, bro. And
he's just an edgy player, man. He likes
listen.
Trying to instill fear.
My thing is this: I don't like the new football. I'm not against
it.
I'm not. What I'm saying is this: that's for the new rules. I'm not against the old rules. You know what I'm saying? I'm not against. And don't get me wrong. I don't want to seem insensitive in today's era or whatever, where it's like, oh, people are getting hurt, and I don't want to ignore CT and concussions and so on and so forth. But I think football was made to be rough and rugged, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be sitting there after you tackle somebody, yo, help them up. Nah, I'm not helping you up, bro. Like, I knocked you down not to help you up. So don't get me fucked up like I'm cool with all this shit, but if we're obliging by the new rules, this looks like it's crazy. To me, if we're still playing like the 80s and 90s, like I just told you, Mike, John Riggins and my niggas, this would have been totally fine with me. But a lot of times with these new, and this is, like I said, for the new rules, I think this was blatant. But a lot of times, to me, it's so messed up for a defensive lineman or a safety or a cornerback because momentum, you can't stop momentum when you're at full speed. And sometimes when you're going to tackle somebody, and if they move their head pause or their helmet one way or another, and you don't know that, and sometimes it's head-to-head pause, you're sitting there saying, I didn't try to do that. Now, this looked purposeful. I'm just saying, usually sometimes you can't even help it, because you're going in full momentum. Now, don't get me wrong either. You're trying to sit there and tackle somebody who runs a 4.2, 40. You got to put that into perspective too. I don't like the way the new rules are. If this is going by the new rules, he needs to be suspended for a game, but I'm not from the new rules mind state. So I just wanted to make sure that was clear, Mike. I used to hate
he's one of them old guys.
Yeah, I used to hate when they did it.
James like that, like you say, Cam. He's one of them old guys. He plays like one of them old guys, like our age, our day player. And he believes what makes you talk about. He's trying to intimidate you.
Yeah, he's trying to instill fear.
Right. And
he's trying to instill fear. So he said, I don't have to cover them slant routes. Let me just pick one of them jokers one time.
Right.
You know
I used to hate when they find James Harrison with y'all team. To steal every 3 minutes he was getting the fine. Every 3 minutes, to the point where Mike Tomlin said, Mike Tomlin said, we got to do something. He has a family to feed. Because you're losing so much money and he's not getting that much money towards the end of his career that it didn't make sense to play, because you're getting fined every week for doing this job. To where they had to do a video saying, come on now, this man has a family to feed. I'm not from this era, but I respect what's going on, and I just got to call it like I see it.
Yeah, I'm for everything that Killer just said. I think all of this was a part of, instilling that fear so wide receivers wouldn't run those L routes. The only thing I think they should have taken out was that they did was when the people would catch the ball and get hit while they catching the ball when it's like a kick return or something like that. Other than that, I think football is meant to be aggressive. And if you don't want to be aggressive, you should play basketball or something else. I like when the game was aggressive.
Fair points. Okay, on Sunday, the Eagles will play the Bucs. Do you guys view the Bucs as more of an average team, or do you believe this won't be an easy matchup, Mike?
It's going to be a tough game. The Bucs have had some success against Philly over the years, and the Bucs need this win. But the Bucs lost to Denver. And you say, how did that happen? But when you go look at that film and you see what Patrick Surtain did and how well he did covering Mike Evans, that shut down the whole passing game of the Bucs, and they couldn't run the ball. Now they won't be able to run on Philly. You saw how Philly shut down the Saints running game after they ran all over Dallas. But it's going to be interesting. I still think Philly wins this game, but it's going to be a close game. But I think Philly wins it.
So you don't think if the Bucs get the running that they could beat them?
No, and you guys see, Philly won't have A.J. Brown, and we don't know if they're going to even have Devontae Smith, because remember, he took that big hit in the game, and he got knocked out. Everybody thought that was a dirty hit, which wasn't a dirty hit. I just said, listen, that's without A.J. Brown. They have the little guy running those routes. They have the little guy running those inside routes, and that's just taking big hits. But man, I think Philly, they grind it out and win so far at this point. They won't have the big guy. I think they grind out another win.
Mike, I think you're taking a shot at Tampa, really, when it comes down to it. I think you're being very, what they call it, when you're being territorial in Florida. I think you got something against Tampa. I'm not going to lie.
I love Tampa. Boy, trust me, you made me think about some things. I really. Hey, dog, wait. Y'all haven't gone to Tampa? Oh, boy.
We love Tampa.
Status from Tampa.
We ain't talking about Ybor City. We talk about the game.
Hey, Ybor City, Del Mulberry Street, all that stuff down there. All of that. Y'all know where them things at over there, boy.
Well, look, I'm going to be honest with you.
6 a.m.
Sorry about that, Mike. Look, my opinion is this, that Philly could just as easily be 1-2. That game, they pulled that game out with 1 minute left. I mean, the game is 60 minutes, so we're not going to sit here and complain and act like, oh, they should have lost. They won the game. The Saints blew that game, not only on defensive coverage. I think it was 3rd and 16 with about a minute and 10 seconds left. They run a crossing route. They get a touchdown on that, and then Derek comes back. Derek Carr has time to even get in field goal range, and he throws an interception. Philly could easily be tied with the Cowboys and the Giants as well. I think Tampa Bay had a bad game last week. Like you said, Mike, they made some great efforts on defense, especially when it came to Mike Evans. Well, that happened 2 weeks in a row. I don't think Mike Evans is one of them guys that's going to let that happen 2 weeks in a row. And also Godwin's going to step up to the plate. I'm going to pick Tampa Bay to win this game.
Okay. And then the Seahawks are set to play the Lions. This should be another interesting game. So the Seahawks are 3-0, led by Geno Smith. Given their past games, Mike, do you feel like the Seahawks are real contenders or pretenders?
I believe they're contenders, but only climbing so far up the ladder. You know what I mean? You're a contender, but you don't have the ability to climb to the top of the ladder. You can grab these few bottom rungs. That's the kind of contender they are, but they won't get to the top. But this game here, Detroit, going in Detroit, you got to play in Detroit. This is going to be one of those good physical football games because both of these are pretty good physical teams. But Detroit win this game because I believe they got a better passing game and more talent in the passing game, even though DK and Lockett and all those boys are bad boys. But Detroit with St. Brown and Laporta, that team remind me of those early 90 teams, the Cowboys that I played on in those early years.
Man, you sounded like OJ just now when you said that. When it comes to
Come on.
when it comes to the Seahawks and the Lions, I'm going with the Lions. I think the Seahawks are pretenders. I think this is the game that begins to show them as pretenders. I think it'll be a high-scoring game since they're playing in Detroit. But I also think that the Lions defense is gonna force Geno Smith to make turnovers that he don't want to make. And I think that'll be the key to the victory when it comes to them.
Detroit should win this game, but I'll tell you one thing. This is a really interesting conference. Not conference division, the NFC West. Because right now, we wouldn't have been thinking now that Seattle would be leading the NFC West. And we wouldn't be thinking that the San Francisco 49ers, even though they're injured, would be tied for last place.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the next 4 to 5 weeks, and I'm going to keep an eye on this conference and see how things go, because I don't think that Seattle is one of them teams. But if the 49ers don't get healthy, the Rams just lost Cooper Kupp. Arizona, we're not sure what they're going to do. They look great one week, they look stink the next week. They're starting to build some continuity in Seattle. This will be real interesting the next few weeks to watch this division.
Okay.
Right, it is.
And then the Bengals, not off to the best start at all. They will play the Panthers. What happens if the Panthers win this game and beat the Bengals, Mike?
Man, it'll be the beginning of Armageddon. We've discussed this, and I don't think the Bengals are out of this. Right? I don't think the Bengals are out of this. Out of it. They're starting at even 0-3 because they still right now. You just focus on your division if you're the Bengals, and you got to say, okay, I'm going to see any team ahead of me like the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to see them twice. So really, I'm only one game behind. I have all those other games that make up one game if I'm going to beat them. So if they have any hope of trying to get into the playoffs, this game they got to take care of easily. It's Carolina. It's Andy Dalton. It's not Bryce Young. Andy Dalton got a big win. You got to jump in here right now. And it's not like they look bad. And it's not like they lost to Washington Commanders. No. Young Jaden Daniels took that game. That was because they started mounting a comeback, but young Daniels said, no, not on my watch, and shut it down. So they'll get this win. They'll get this win. And if I'm in their locker room, I'm saying, I know we started 0-3, but all we got to do is get this win. And when we see the Pittsburgh Steelers, because they're 3-0, we got 2 games against them. You still in this thing. Let's keep playing.
Yeah, I think the Panthers could definitely have a great chance at winning this because when it comes to Andy Dalton facing his older team, when a lot of people get energy to play against that team, even if they don't do well any other day, it seems like they bring their best game to that game. So I'm looking forward to seeing that game, and I definitely think that the Panthers have a chance. Am I ready to say they'll win it? Not necessarily, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
I agree with you, Mike. Listen, they got to win this game. When you sat there and talked about that perfectly, they were almost there at the doorsteps of beating the Commanders. The week before that, what happens? The referee takes the game away from them against Kansas City. They have
right.
Yeah,
They're
easily,
right there.
right there. And you're on a 4th and 16, you get a 30, 40-yard pass interference call against you. They actually could be 2-1 instead of 0-3. This is the game that they need to take back, that they need to win, pardon me, to make people believe. But I agree with you, Mike. I don't know if it's Armageddon, but it's going to be hard for them to get in the playoffs because one thing for sure, 2 things for certain, what people don't realize is this. This is about, after this weekend, 25% of the season is just about going already as fast as it went. 25% of the season will be going after this weekend. And people need to start busting moves to see what's going to happen later on.
And then last topic before we wrap. This is still, a breaking story. There's a lot still being uncovered. But UNLV starting quarterback Matt Sluka announces he will redshirt and not play for the rest of the season. His decision comes from unfulfilled NIL promises after he transferred from Holy Cross. ESPN reported that he was verbally promised a minimum of $100,000 from a UNLV assistant coach. Do you guys agree with his decision to redshirt in the middle of the season? And obviously, his frustrations for not getting his money. Mike?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Red shirt.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Dude said, no money, no honey.
Basically.
Is that what he said?
Basically, he's not getting his money, so honey. He's stopping in the middle of the season, and this is their first 3-0 season since 1984.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh.
You ain't hear what happened, Mike? This is your first time hearing about
it? Wait. The team's 3-0 right now.
Yes.
The team's 3-0.
Yes.
And
their starting quarterback said, y'all ain't paid me what I thought y'all were going to pay me, so I'm out.
Basically, Mike, just real quick to recant. Team's 3-0. They're ranked 22 in the nation right now. He got $3,000, he says, and he said he was promised $100,000. The school said that they never promised him $100,000. He said it was a verbal agreement.
I ain't got shit to do with you in the school. I ain't got shit to do with that. We came out here. We've been busting our butt. We've been working together. We made a promise and a commitment to each other. Hey, I'm telling you, dude, not only that team, I personally would never play with him. Even if he got drafted, I'd say, hey, don't draft him here. I'm not playing with him. I'm not playing with him. You gonna do that to your team? I want money as much as anybody. I grew up in a hellhole, the 15th or 17. I wanted out of there as bad as anybody. But dude, we not committed to each other. You see what I'm saying? You got to work that out. Okay, but you gotta do it with your butt on this football field. You see, that's that. No, dog, I'm not with that. And that's a sad day. That's a sad day right there. That's a sad day, and that's what I worry about with all of this. That NIL in that portal combined together gives these guys that kind of leeway. No more fighting to win a position and stay and win what you need to do. It's, I ain't got what I want. I'm out of here. I'm taking, and yeah, I don't know enough, and I don't know the kid. But personally, from what you guys have told me, I'm sorry, buddy. You can't step on the football field with me. You ain't throwing me no pass. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I don't know how this doesn't follow him. I understand when kids say, hey, my team is going to Hooter Booter Bowl, and I'm about to be the first pick in the draft or the first round pick. I'm not going to play in the Hooter Booter Bowl. I understand that. I ain't got no problem with that. But this right here, we're mid-season. We've been working our butts off out here together, and you coming up with this? No. No, I would have a real issue, and I feel sorry for those kids. I feel sorry for who's ever helping him make this decision for him moving forward. I don't. I hope he's not doing this on his own. You know what I'm saying? But that transfer portal and NIL deal. So now nobody sits and wait. They just go. And if you don't give them what they want, they just say, "I'm out of here." And now they're saying, "I'm not playing." That's mind-boggling, people.
Well, when I think
And
of
why did you give him a red shirt year after he's been playing? You shouldn't. They should give him that red shirt year.
probably because it's only been 2 or 3 games.
3 games, they're 3-0.
Yeah.
Well, according to, I'm gonna let Mase have his take, but according to you, Mike, and Stat, you could get 9 years. But go ahead, Mase. When you play for Miami, you could get 9 years.
He played for Miami, he could get 9 years. Kobe years, red shirt, brown shirt years.
Yeah, all type of color
All
shirts.
kind of green shirt years.
He had a unique
But he was
situation,
taken
to
off
be
the field
fair.
by injury, real injury.
Yes.
He was taken off by real
Mike,
injury,
Mike.
not money.
But what about this guy? I mean, shout out to Cadillac Williams. We were supposed to get together. We still gonna do lunch or something. But when he was coaching down in Auburn and then he moved out here to UNLV, I knew he was doing an exceptional job. But when this kid came there, he came there with money expectations as well. I don't want to do him a disservice. What if he got a daughter or a sister or a little sister that need that money, Mike, and he's just trying to take care of his family, and he's saying these were the obligations that I came out here under, the pretense that I will be able to play football and take care of my family. That's the purpose of having an NIL deal. So I want to do the kid a good service and sharing that as well. Maybe it's not just about the money, but I'm not going to let you bring me all the way across the country and promise me something and then renege on that and expect me to do my part without you doing your part.
That's another part. That's another fallacy and another issue that's with that situation. I mean, these kids, we're talking about kids and we're talking about deals, and that means there's going to be fine print, and kids have to understand. I don't care what anyone says. It ain't real if it ain't on paper. You know what I'm saying?
That's how Cam
you have to
says. Cam said that you don't count no money till you
gonna
get
say
it.
everything.
For real.
Right, they gonna say everything and anything. If I don't get it, I gotta get some signatures saying that I'm going to get it from you. You see, so we don't have to be in this situation. But there are two commitments there. I understand your commitment to your family, but there's a commitment to your family. We have a commitment. If I know that's a hypothetical, if he needs it for his family, and I want you to get. But I'm telling you, you made a deal with us too.
Yeah.
We're going to be here and put in that work. I just don't like how that sounds.
Yeah,
I don't like that at all. I feel sorry for everybody.
This goes back to what we say on the show a lot. You got to keep the main thing the main thing. And first things first. You're here because of football. The NIL deal is because of football. So if you're not playing football, there will be no NIL deal. And I know people may feel like, Mase, you just said this. No, we're giving both sides of the spectrum so you can understand both sides. Killer?
That's my favorite sermon, dude. That's my favorite sermon right there. Where Bishop preached right there what you just said, man. That's my favorite sermon. Yeah. Keep the main thing the main thing. Keep the main thing the main thing. Don't forget that sermon and listen to it.
I ain't YSL, man. Listen, I'm on both sides, to be totally honest with you, because there's a couple things for me. First and foremost, I get it, Mike, because you play sports at a high level. And once you're committed to something, you're committed to something. I remember the Brooklyn Nets, and not just the Brooklyn Nets, sportscasters across America bashing Kyrie Irving because he didn't want to take the vaccine. How you going to do that to your team? You don't want to take the vaccine. I'm not saying this is the same thing, but that's how much people want you to be committed to your team, to shoot some shit in your body that you don't know what's going to happen to you because you're supposed to be part of a team. And he didn't do it. And you know what? He was fucking right. Because the shit didn't even work to where they gave New Yorkers back their money because they were firing New Yorkers for not coming to work with. If you didn't have the vaccine, you couldn't come to work. So people were getting fired. Then when they realized the vaccine was still giving people COVID, they gave people their money back and then also gave people their jobs back. But they didn't give Kyrie Irving the money that he missed out on. So the reason I'm even bringing that up because I remember sportscasters across America were telling him, he's an idiot, he's dumb, he's stupid, because he's supposed to shoot some shit in his system to be a part of a team. Nah. And so back to what you're saying, Mike, I agree with you to a certain extent, and I agree with you more than I disagree with you, because like Mase said, that's my shit. A handshake deal is as good as the paper is written on. If it ain't on the motherfucking paper, it don't count, my nigga. So I totally agree with that. I like when you called it a fallacy just now. nigga said, who told you was getting 100,000? Where'd you hear that at? Because what happens is now that he put that out there, when I was doing my due diligence on this earlier, is that it's illegal for schools to even still pay kids in the state of Nevada right now. It isn't like other states that's going around and saying it's cool to pay players. Right now, so once he put it public, you know, if he's like, we never told you that. Even if they did tell you that, they're not going to admit they're telling you that now because you made it public. Now, on this kid's behalf, he may not have anybody in his corner that may be business savvy or smart enough, so he may be going off somebody's word. And if you're not giving him your word, now he can't trust you moving forward because he's like, yo, listen, man, you told me this. Now you acting oblivious to what you told me. Nah, bro, I got to go. What I will say is two more things. Is that I really blame this on the NCAA. Y'all had over 100 years to figure this shit out. Y'all still haven't been able to figure it out to where NIL came in. Now y'all, certain states are cooperating for schools to pay players when y'all could have been paying players, but y'all only want to pay players and the process is moving slow because NIL came in. That's first and foremost. Lastly, I'll say this. I bet you one thing, it is no other quarterback in the top 25 that's not getting paid. I bet you that. I bet you schools 1 through 25, every quarterback is getting paid.
Yeah. Well, you guys all discuss like the main arguments for it. So we will discuss it more as the story unfolds. But Mike, it was a pleasure to have you today.
YSL Live.
Always great to see you.
YSL.
Guys, I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yo, Mike, wait, you got show the people that food you've been eating, Mike. Go ahead. Yeah, wait.
Well, I would like to, but it's gone.
It's gone.
What was that? Crab cakes, Mike?
What's the name?
Crab cake.
What's the name of the new restaurant?
But I got me a smash burger here off in the 10 hour.
Okay.
The smash burger.
Mike,
man.
hit the dance. Hit the dance that the food make you do.
And give you something, man.
Mike, real quick, what's the name of the What's the name of your restaurant so people know?
It's called Playmakers 88. Playmakers 88, man. Anytime you're in Dallas, anytime it's in the colony, it's 5005 State Highway 121. You ride by, you'll see big old Playmakers 88. You can't miss it. It's real big, just like me. You know, I made it out of here. You know what I mean?
All right, Mike, we appreciate you. We see you next week, bro.
The food is incredible, dog. I'm telling you. The food is incredible. This is not bar food. I brought in a real chef. So, you know what I mean? It's real good food. You can't miss it. So make sure you come on by. And I'm always here.
I'm a chef also. I got to cook one day for y'all for the restaurant. I'm a televised chef.
No, come in, do that, man. And we gonna put a meal out, a canned meal.
Yeah.
Special.
I want some shit on the menu named after me and all that.
Right, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Hey, it's gonna be an 888 special. That's what we're gonna
There you have it.
Yo, Mike, hold on, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike, hold on. My shit gotta be 88 special.
Yeah.
Don't put me on the dollar menu, nigga. My shit's
The
got
under $10
the
menu.
under $10 menu.
Yeah.
My shit is an 88 special. Love you, Mike. We see you next week.
All love.
All right, man. Y'all stay up, my bro. Y'all stay up, man. All right.
Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Thanks for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.